For today's video, let me share to you some tips for parents of homeschoolers who are first-timers. Tip number 1, create a schedule. If possible, start at the earliest time, like 7 o'clock or 7:30. Start with a prayer or gospel reading. It is very important that you allow breaks in between subjects. And for each subject, allow only 1 hour maximum per day because according to studies, the retention time of our kids will be 20 minutes only. So do not go beyond the 1 hour time limit per subject. Tip number 2, create a daily or weekly planner. It will be used for monitoring the progress of your child, whether you want it daily or weekly. Now in your planner, the first thing that you need to plot will be the holidays and the exams also and other activities. You allocate the topics per subject. If there are quarter exams scheduled, make sure that you allocate 1 week before the exam to be used as review for the subject. Tip number 3, monitoring the daily or the weekly activities. Either you are going to have it electronic or printed. If you want it to be hard copy, so you print your planner, daily planner or weekly planner, so you have a copy of it, and wherever you are, you can update the status manually. You can also do it electronically. If you are a working mother or a working parent, then you can upload the planner in the cloud. Tip number 4, design or formulate the PETAs, quizzes, seatworks ahead of time. This is a very difficult task for parents or guardians because we will be designing the quizzes, the performance tasks, seatworks from scratch, and we have to make sure that we are doing it ahead of time. Fortunate nowadays because there are so many resources that are available for free online. Like in the Philippines, we have the DepEd Click from the Department of Education. We also have the DepEd Commons. We have other sources like Generation Genius, Britannica for Kids, Oak National Academy, Google, and many others. Tip number 5, create cloud storage for students' portfolio. There are many free cloud storage now in the internet, so you just choose whichever is more convenient for you. The purpose of this is so that it will be easier at the end of the school year or academic year. It's easier for parents or guardians for compiling all of the activities that have been done for the whole year, like the quizzes, seatworks, performance tasks, and others. So at the end of the year, you just need to download the folder where all the activities are stored. Tip number 6, study area is conducive for learning. When you design or choose which room will be used by your children for studying, make sure that you will use or choose a room that is well lit. If possible, natural light can enter the room. And also, it is important that it will be well ventilated in the promotion of their health while having online classes or homeschooling activities. Also, if your accommodation or if your house can allow it, if possible, that there will be no noise during homeschooling, during studying, or during online classes. and also that your Wi-Fi can reach the area. Now this one is very important. We have to make sure that we follow the tips on proper computer ergonomics. We have to follow safety procedures for the ergonomics in order for our children or even for us to avoid what we call as repetitive strain injury or RSI. Tip number 7. Make sure that your child will not be fully dependent on computer. You have to make them use their books to study or to read the topics for their subject. If ever that it's really necessary for the computer to be used, then that's the time that you let them use it. Otherwise, allow them to have their eyes rest from computers. Tip number 8. Encourage your children to take down notes. There is a higher probability that they will remember what they have studied if they take down notes. And also it will be easier for them to review later for their exams. Tip number 9. Cleanliness, good morale, and right conduct should be observed. It is important that even if our children stay at home, we must always make them practice cleanliness. We should give them the responsibility of cleaning the area where they are studying and also in helping household chores. We should also imbibe in them the right attitude and good values. Tip number 10. Don't be too hard on yourself or your child. Remember that we are only human beings, so it is very okay to make mistakes, to have bad days, to be not perfect, and to be yourself. Remember this, you are not alone. There are other parents or guardians of homeschoolers whom you can collaborate with. We also have a school to support you. And most of all, we have God who is always there for us. Enjoy the ride to homeschooling.